Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. Today we're on site at the Springs at Monarch Landing to learn more about their progressive, holistic approach to health and wellness that's new to Naperville. So, Jennifer, tell me a little bit about the Springs at Monarch Landing, what it is, when it's opening. It's brand new. We're all excited about it.
Yeah. Well, we're excited too. So the Springs at Monarch Landing is both assisted living memory care and nursing care.
Okay.
So the exciting part is that we're doing what's called a household model. It's really a model that's centered around the resident. So everything we do is this good for those that we're caring for? Is this good for the resident? So when we designed the building, we looked at what is in your home. So everyone has their own private room, full shower, bathroom, roll in, but that's your room. That's where you hang out, that's a quiet place, that's where you sleep. But nobody lives in their bedroom. You live in your house. So just as in any house, we're in the living room. Every house has a living room. We have a fireplace, a TV, your computer in here, a place to gather. And of course, just like any house, the main place that you gather and hang out and play cards and everything is the kitchen. So we have a full residential kitchen. It looks like a kitchen that could be in anyone's home with a dining room.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool because, we traditionally think, they have to go out for a meal, into the resident, and they have to sit with people maybe they don't know until they get to know somebody, and that can be a little daunting. But here, they get to really know the people in their house.
Right, because each household is only 16 people are going to live in this household. So you really become a family. The staff that work here, so one of the models is part of the household that's really important is we want to know you. We want to know all about those that we take care of. So our staff, our resident assistants, don't just do one thing. Today, as a resident assistant, I may be helping you get up and get dressed and picking out your favorite outfit. Tomorrow, I may be helping you in the kitchen, maybe serving a meal, we may be making a cake, we may be cooking together. Next week, I may be helping you clean your room. And the reason for that is we're not segmenting what everybody does. I need to know all about you. Because then while I'm sitting down, because staff sit and eat with our residents at meals, because we're a family and we're all together.
That's so cool.
They're not standing over you, they're sitting and eating with you. But I can talk to you because I know all about you. I know maybe what you like to wear. I know we're cleaning. We've had those conversations like you would in any family. The other thing we do, which is really great to get to know people, is we use what's called Life Bio. So when you come in, and it's a way to really get their family also involved. So it's a book we make for you. And we try to work with families to put pictures, maybe talk about where your education was, what you did for a living, stuff about your family. So we can grab out that book and have a conversation starter. Especially if we have people who might have some memory issues.
Right. It's a nice way to stimulate that mind.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I like the idea that the staff is eating with the residents because that's where all the conversation happens.
Right.
And it's an intergenerational thing.
And how did you feel if someone comes to your house and stands over you while you eat? It's really uncomfortable. You don't want to eat. But when we're all together, eating together, we eat more. We eat better. It's a more enjoyable experience.
Now we're going to go visit with Beth in the kitchen and find out about the unique dining experiences here at the Springs at Monarch Landing. Beth, tell me a little bit about the dining experience here at the Springs at Monarch Landing.
We're so fortunate. We've got a truly unique dining experience here at the Springs. It's a more interactive experience than you would see at most health facilities. We're a community and a household, so every household has a kitchen.
Okay.
And just like any home, it's the heart of the home. So we do encourage our residents to be active in their dining experience, to maybe make some of their signature dishes, to bring their own recipes and ideas. We offer balanced, healthy meals here, but we encourage the residents to help us to create the menus and to put their own spin on everything that we serve.
Now, when it's dinner time or meal time, is there a professional staff that might join them to help that kitchen experience along?
Oh, of course. We actually encourage our staff to dine with the residents. It makes for a more family feel. Everything feels so homey and comfortable, and you really get to know your residents, their likes, their dislikes, and what things will work best in this setting. I know I'm constantly getting updates from our staff and residents on what things we need to add to the menu, what things we maybe need to tweak or add a little more garlic to,
Okay.
just based on what they're telling me at the meal as we sit there.
That's nice. And what kind of activities are you centering around the meals?
Well, one of the beauty parts of having a community and a household is the household can decide to have a party. Just recently we had a party where the residents made all of the snacks that we served. So they had different holiday themed snacks. They were baking cakes and cookies and frosting and decorating all week to get ready for that party. So just having that opportunity is a big part of what it is to be part of a household here at the Springs.
And that's neat. And what about the health aspect of just making sure mom and dad are getting a balanced meal or eating?
Well, by trade, I'm a registered dietitian, and so in creating each meal, I'm looking at getting the balance, the nutrients, the proteins that each person would need, and trying to hold back on salt and other items that may not be what we would actually need. But every person has the opportunity to tweak the meal when they get it. They can season as desired, and we offer many options for each person.
And we've got Chef Dan behind us whipping up
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Does Dan, is there a chef with every household?
Each household, the staff is trained in sanitation, and we do cooking classes with them so that they're adept in the kitchen and able to make some of our residents' favorites. And each household has a recipe book, so it has some of the favorite recipes and the most common requested things so that everybody can be ready to make whatever our residents may want.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for taking a little time and explaining how all the fun things happen here in the kitchen at the Springs at Monarch Landing.
Thank you.
Now, you at the Springs at Monarch Landing, you also are doing assisted living and memory care. Tell me a little bit about that.
As I said, when you come into the Springs, we have both assisted living and the health center. The assisted living really is focusing on those with memory care. And again, it's the household model, really resident directed on what we need to do. It's been really exciting because that opened July 16th when our first resident moved in, and they have really become a family, really supporting each other. And the great part is, because it feels like home, is also their families are coming in. They've volunteered, they're meeting, grandkids are coming in, and so it really has just created that home-like atmosphere. So when we talk about eating and residents with staff eating with the residents, again, creating that atmosphere for everybody. So really excited about the assisted living. And if your needs get to be too much in assisted living, that's where you come over to our health center, our nursing. So we have both long-term nursing care and we will have short-term rehab. So the great part is, because we're at the Springs at Monarch Landing, and Monarch Landing is independent living, so for our residents who live over there, who have a knee replacement or something happens, they need a little bit of therapy, they're not really leaving their home.
Right.
They're still on the campus, we're connected, families can come over and visit and go back, especially as we're going into winter. You don't have to go outside.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have it all on one campus.
Right.
That's very cool. That's a very different model than we've seen in other places, and that's just amazing. I think you have something really special here, and we look forward to watching the Springs at Monarch Landing grow and see what happens next.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me on Business Connection.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more Business Connection.